Hi Scorpio, welcome to your week ahead tarot with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit that subscribe button. If you are already a continued subby, you know I love you for it. With that said, if you would like to book a personal tarot reading with me, you can do so on the website addressed below. And before we start, as always, I would like to welcome you to the next Tribal Tuesday. We had an amazing group with amazing results for the first one. The next one is in September, and I would truly love it if you came along. It's literally, I believe it's one of the best, if not the best things that I've ever done. And it would be amazing to have you on board. So with that said, before we start, I would like to bless all of my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So let's see what the week ahead has in store for you, right? So the destiny card for the week ahead is the Wheel of Fortune, right? Lovely card because it suggests luck, abundance, but also synchronicity. This really for me suggests that you guys are going to be the lucky ones this week. Now, one other sign had this card in this position, and for them I kind of feel like it's going to bring some form of a culmination. For you guys, I feel like it's going to bring some kind of beginning, and I don't know why, but the words I'm hearing are behind the scenes, right? There's something about this card this week that is going to bring you a behind the scenes, a glimpse at some of the rewards that you're about to start experiencing. They may not necessarily show up this week, but you will see, it's almost like you're having this psychic revelation this week, and you're going to see the meaning behind events. You're going to be looking at things and saying, right, okay, so that's happened, and I kind of get a feeling that this is going to happen in relation to that. There's something about this that feels very precognitive for you this week. Now, I've always said that Scorpio is a very psychic sign. All of the water signs are, definitely, for sure. But I really like this. It gives you a light-hearted week, and I kind of get the feeling that a lot of you actually need that right now. So let's have a look at what the context is. What does it relate to? And this week, no, it's not there. Yeah. All right, so the devil. Okay, what are you attached to? What is it that you are holding too tightly, afraid to lose control? I love that song. I thought Linkin Park were awesome. The direction card as the devil is asking you, what are you holding on too tightly to? What is it that you are afraid to let go of because you're afraid to see what or who you are without it or without them? Now, with the Wheel of Fortune here, like I said, you're seeing the meaning behind certain events or certain connections. The Wheel of Fortune and the Devil card together creates a very intense, very expansive energy. And it could see this week the line between obsession and realization blur, right? And what do I mean by that? The obsession is about something that you do obsessively, that you just can't seem to let go of, whereas realization is it's where you get the meaning from something. It's where you get that glimpse into something. Now, this is going to be a fine line for you guys, right? I want you to really pay attention to how you feel, really pay attention to your intuition, really pay attention to your inner senses, because you could go the opposite way with this. You could start reading into things this week where there isn't actually anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could start to see connections that actually don't exist, or you could start to see it's a week where your obsession could kind of get the better of you. That's not to say that you're all obsessive. It just suggests that if it's a realization, let it be a realization. If there isn't anything behind it and there isn't a connection between two events or two people, don't look for something where it isn't. I kind of want to say to you this week, don't be a Scorpio. Don't be, obviously always keep your rationality, always keep your, cognitive dissonance, all of that, keep all of that stuff intact. But don't look for things where there isn't anything. This whole aspect of Scorpio, that's really suspicious, and, I will sniff it out if there's something going on. The chances are there probably isn't anything going on this week, right? So don't obsess over things if you have a realization about something, follow it to wherever it leads or wherever it originated, for sure. That's a really good thing to do. But if you're going to go into this obsessive feeling this week, I don't feel like it will do you any favors, right? So this is the week, my dear Scorpios, you got to snap yourself out of that funk, right? And even if that means reaching out to people, great, but don't sit in something and unpack there. So let's have a look at behind the scenes, what's going on there. You've got the Queen of Cups, right? So the Queen of Cups would be a water sign female, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. And the thing is, she's very in touch with her intuition, very in touch with her feelings, very in touch with her emotions and her inner senses. And I said to you, pay attention to those things this week. Don't draw conclusions to things where there isn't anything. You know, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. There's, you know, do you know what I mean? Like, I heard that saying once, I thought it was brilliant. And, you know, the other thing as well with the Queen of Cups, she is the King of Cups rules his emotions. He's in total command of them. The Queen of Cups is very good at manipulating emotional energy, very often to her own reward. Like, she knows how to utilize her emotional energy and to move it and manipulate it to where she wants and needs it to be. This is a week, my dear Scorpios, it's not an easy message that I have to deliver. Do not deceive yourselves. Do not fool yourselves. Excuse me. Do not don't do that whole suspicious, obsessive Scorpio thing this week, right? And the reason I say that, because with the Devil card in the mix, it could get very, very heavy, and it could see you, you know, shutting the world out and just kind of being very sort of, you know, I don't trust this, I don't trust them, or anything like that. Try to get yourself out of that. The Wheel of Fortune does suggest it can be a lighter week for you, but it's going to require you to really do the work. And a lot of that is going to be about listening to your feelings and focusing on what is, as opposed to what you just see, right? Yeah, that's what I got for you this week, my dear Scorpios. I'm sorry it's not an easier message, but it looks like an interesting one for you guys for sure. And obviously we've got the eclipse, we've got the Mercury retrograde going on, so that will be playing into all of this as well. Just stay focused, right? You know, really listen to what you're actually feeling, and don't look for things where there isn't anything, right? Pay attention to when synchronicities and stuff happen, and follow them to their source or to their outcome. Utilize that precognitive ability, but don't get stuck in there, you know, because no conspiracy theories this week, nothing of that sort, because I'm telling you, you'll go down the rabbit hole and the chances are you won't come out the same. I mean, nobody ever comes out the same of any rabbit hole that they go down, for sure, but you might get lost in it all this week. So just, you know what, do the Wheel of Fortune, remind yourself that there are peaks and troughs in life, step away from it when you feel those moments popping up. I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. If it's not too personal, please feel free to comment. And if it is deeply personal and you just want to talk about it, then comment, reach out to people. This is a week for you to get out rather than go too far within, right? Because like I said, I kind of feel like you'll go too far off the beaten track. All right, take care. I'll see you soon.